it's safe to say that die-cast model airports can certainly be a work of art. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of the best model airports I have ever seen, and that's going to be by Brian Keane. I hope all of you are excited to take a look at this today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Alrighty everybody, so we have truly an incredible project here from Brian Keane, just absolutely amazing here, and today we're going to be evaluating this as this was revealed from JetSet Models 400 on social media. This really just incredible, truly spectacular perfection model airport project. So Brian Keane is a very talented artist in the model airport landscape, and he has developed 3 very cool airports that we're going to take a look at, and there's quite a few details throughout, and this will be a longer video because this really deserves the highlighting today. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is there's a pretty cool cinematic 2.5-minute video featuring him in JetSet Models, so we're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to look at some pictures of the 3 model airports which will be revealed to you here as we watch this video. I also do want to note that this will be the first of several videos regarding this really cool model airport setup. We're going to have 3 separate videos regarding the 3 separate airports to really truly appreciate them in their various features. So I hope all of you are excited for these videos to come. This is going to be really cool to highlight one of the best model airport projects I have ever seen across 3 displays, more or less. I think this is going to be really cool. So to make it simple, we're going to start here by watching the cinematic video. And again, I want to give you a huge shout out to Brian Keane, JetSet Models, and just the whole entire community for supporting such an incredible project. So with that being said, we're not going to waste any further time, everybody, and go ahead and get started.
Hello everyone, I'm Jake from JetSet Models, and today I'm coming to you from the heart of beautiful Orange County, where over the past few months, I've had the incredible opportunity to collaborate with renowned artist Brian Keane on a truly one-of-a-kind aviation project.
Incredible.
To my right, we have an American Airlines Boeing 767, and to my left is, to my knowledge, one of the most ambitious and intricate 1/400 scale dioramas that I have ever seen.
Hey, it's Brian Keane of AvPro Designs. These 3 displays that you see here depict London Heathrow, New York's Kennedy Airport, and Los Angeles. And each display is quite large. It measures about 12 foot squared.
Look at that.
And together they contain over 35 building structures, 250 die-cast models, and over 1,000 pieces of ground equipment. You know, something of this great scale couldn't be possible without the support of aviation enthusiasts who have both the time and resources to create homes for these beautiful displays, as well as the suppliers who I've forged great partnerships along the way. Hope you're inspired by what you see here, and look forward to sharing more of my work with you in the future.
So here's what to expect. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll be releasing a 3-part video series, each episode diving deep into one of the dioramas here. Each video release will be followed by a full photo album from our professional photographers, so you can truly appreciate the detail from every angle. That's a wrap on this video, and if you're into aviation, scale modeling, or just love seeing creative projects come to life, stick around and I'll see you in the next video.
All right, so really cool to see that, and it's really cool to see all of what's going on here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back through the video that we've watched at once, and I'm going to point out various pieces that I really like. I'm not going to play the audio this time, but I do recommend checking it out on Instagram if you want a more detailed overview of this, and then we'll check out the various pictures and get a better look at it all. So let's just go ahead and now watch this back through, and I'm going to point out quite a few pieces. Okay, so we're going to start here at the beginning. So it's just absolutely insane to think about the size of this airport. So this is Los Angeles International Airport. The entire terminal facilities all featured here, along with 2 of the runways on the 25s, the south side. So just approximately, I think that this is coming in, like he said, at least 12 feet by 12. I mean, incredible size, and we're going to have a little bit better of a view here of it in a moment, so stay tuned. So there's a really good view. Now here's all 3 model airports. Now again, there's going to be a video on each one, so over the coming weeks I'll share a video, probably 1 per week on, or somewhere in there every other week, we'll see, on each of the airports. But again, we have the New York Kennedy display, the Los Angeles International Airport display, and we also have the the London Heathrow display, and some of these have different time frames as well. So There's kind of a cinematic shot of some different layouts, but this one's mainly LAX. Here's a couple of really big cinematic designs, and again, we'll dive very much into this in the LAX video because that will really feature particular aspects of it. But I think LAX possibly is the most, what's the word I want to use for this? The most complex setup, just because of how much is going on here. So you can see the various hotels, you have the people mover here, all the cars, the LAX letters, the lighting, the trees, the grass. By the time you put this all together, I mean, we are possibly talking, I would not be surprised, just the non-setup alone, just the buildings, the cars, the non-airplanes, $10,000. I mean, just an insane amount of resources to make this happen. 1,000 pieces of ground service equipment, truly a testament to the work of Brian Keane and Jet Set Models and everybody else that was involved, including custom airport buildings, tarmac designs, Clipper models, No Point Airport, and so forth. So just incredible work throughout. Let me get a good frame here. Here's the overhead shot, so it's a little bit easier to see what we're doing here. This is actually looking towards how it would be on the satellite map, which is pretty awesome. The main T-bit buildings here, you have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3. So phenomenal detail, all the cars, the parking garages, again, the people mover, just phenomenal detail all throughout, and it's really impressive with the intricate details. You can also see the cargo ramp down here, very good attention to detail on taxiway lines, and the runways as well, set up very detailed. A really awesome view of it here at night, just another phenomenal view. We have taxiway lights, we have the actual various theme building, tower, and other associated buildings with the airport lit up. Just a phenomenal effort. And the attention to detail, we have the correct runway lights, that's for halfway down the runway with the amber color, yellow, and the green there for the taxiway. Just extremely detailed, phenomenal thought. And then we get our first reveal here of, I believe this is the 1970 replica of the London Heathrow Airport, which is certainly a drastic contrast from what we're seeing now. But I love the thought of doing this because it is a little bit simpler in its details. Now, that's not to take away from how impressive it is, right? Because it certainly is an extremely impressive display by any standards. This is probably one of the best model airports I've ever seen just by looking at this image here. With that said, compared to LAX, right, there's a little bit more balance in the way of, being able to balance the time. But it's extremely impressive to put this all together too, and there'll be some intricate details we'll be able to take a look at here in a moment. So this is the second layout, and this is a really good view. So this is a 1970s representation. We have the two main concourses here. And again, I think this is a really smart choice just to balance it out a little bit. LAX being really ambitious with the concourses on the outside, right? So by default, if you're going to do the entire airport, the inside has to be detailed. Well, extremely impressive to see here, obviously balancing the scope a little bit, and the different airlines and aircrafts too. Definitely want to highlight those, like the different Saudia 747s, a Pan Am 747, L1011s from British Airways, and British Airways, 747s, just a wide variety of aircraft. Singapore 747, so you can really start to get the highlight. Also notice the lights, the light poles, and the various buildings, the display design of tarmacs as well. Very detailed. Love the grass shrubs as well. Just phenomenal detail all throughout the entire layout. And again, each video will dive a little bit more into it. This is our first reveal of the New York John F. Kennedy setup, and this is from, let's see here. It doesn't say, but this was back, I think, probably sometime also 1980s or so, it appears. But obviously, quite a drastic contrast from what it is today, but really cool with the different building setups. We have a very detailed 1-3 left setup here with the asphalt. You also have the various lights displays that you can see all throughout here, along with quite a variety of aircraft, even an Antonov 225, I think, so we have there on the runway itself. Very good view down the pipe here of Kennedy Airport. Obviously, a bunch of Pan Am action here, and the really cool gate setups. And we're going to get to here in just a moment once we get to their clips, but you also notice the shot there of the big TWA airport, the Kennedy display that's at the TWA Hotel in New York Kennedy Airport now. That's actually his display too that he made. So I do have a video coming on that at some point. I do have it recorded. It is on my hard drive. Just whenever we get a chance to get to that content, of course, it'll be posted. But it is really cool to think about this all coming together now. But great job on the hard stands and the asphalt. There's a better look at the the Heathrow aircraft here. Again, it's really cool. Air Canada, L1011, 747. Great ground service equipment as well. Good variety throughout. And again, the light poles. You have the really cool taxiway signs. Just the detail is phenomenal. So here's a really good look back here at what the pre-secure side looks like here at the Kennedy replica, or excuse me, the Heathrow replica. very good details throughout. You can see the road, and it is a little bit simpler, which I think we can certainly appreciate that. You know, all the details there, which is exactly what you want. It's just obviously not quite as complex, with a little bit more in the way of grass and the parking garage being pretty straightforward and so forth. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still easily a $2,000, $3,000 in here, maybe more than that, but obviously probably. But anyway, really impressive, and the great roof details, just very impressive throughout. So overall, just phenomenal. Really good overhead shot of LAX. We obviously talked about these portions a little bit, but now you can see all the A380s with all the tri-gates here, just extremely impressive throughout. And you obviously have the main connecting piece here with the actual road as well, so that's really cool. You get the parking garage, all the various details, and you got the in-between portions for the grass, so that looks really nice, and just phenomenal detail throughout. And the various aircraft that are seen here, this is definitely mid-2000s, it appears here, with some of the different A380s like Thai and Air France, for example. KLM 747 it appears too, so obviously a deep contrast. Now obviously this was a really good word here from Jake from Jets Models, so we obviously heard that, but you can just see the size comparison and just how large of a project this is. And I think this basement of this room, house, or apartment, or sorry, not apartment complex, but warehouse complex, or wherever this is located, has to be like 150, 200 feet, just judging by the depth perception. Another very good shot here on the other side. Again, you have some shrubs and all of what you want in the roads, so very detailed, very intricate, as Jake said. Really good look down the pipe here at what all is going on in the middle of LAX. Again, very detailed, many parking garages, and then all the cars, all the people have to be set up. So just think about all what goes into this. So this is Brian Keene once again. There's the TWA replica that we talked about previously at the TWA hotel, but he is the owner of AvPro Designs, which we'll take a look at the website here in a moment and kind of look at some pictures briefly. But again, we'll go into every airport itself individually very soon. And very good look here at Kennedy Airport's bridge over the road, which was super cool. And you got British Airways 747 over it right now, so phenomenal detail in that. And then very good job here on the LAX display. This is now T-bit West, so great to see this integrated here in the various aircrafts and airlines. Think about all the jet bridges too. I think we have who knows how much worth of jet bridges. Now this just cracks me up. I thought this was so cool. Never would have thought about getting an automated moving table essentially to detail all this, but that's literally what you have to do. And you all have noticed by my airports, I've made it to where I have areas where I can get in a little bit easier. But obviously with a display like this, that's not possible. So you could obviously pop up the middle right here, but even still you would just be scratching the surface of getting this set up. So extremely impressive and just very cool in the way the detail. Here's all of the London Heathrow aircraft. You can see this one just packing up the models and so forth. Very cool details on the cars and roads right here in People Mover. I have no idea if this is just a glass to like overhang it or exactly what this piece was, but that was super cool. Again, there's the lit up LAX display once again. Very good detail. And you can just see, think about all the effort that went into just back and forth, the setup, put together. Just incredible effort. I mean, truly one of a kind. I mean, you cannot use a word that's different. Here's the LAX display with different concourses and or maybe not different concourses actually, but a retro display of it. This is like a 1970s era project here, and very cool to see, all the details of it and all the just small thoughts that go into it. So again, LAX, JFK, and London Heathrow. So there'll be individual videos that we'll take a look at, and we'll dive more into the various details of each and every airport in those videos. So I certainly think that you have to highlight it. I mean, just look at the effort that went into get this piece together and then set it up one by one, and then again just the amount of precision and so forth. And then I love the idea of putting those grass pieces on like panels. Huge thought there, and really makes a bunch of sense. So again, really cool, and a huge thank you to all of these companies right here as well. Here's the description, so forth, and just overall phenomenal. So that right there has over 1,600 likes. And the main post here, this was revealed back in February, but obviously I was wanting to see the video come out in correspondence. So here is the actual display itself with some enhancements on it now. But yeah, just some really great details throughout here. Here's the retro displays you can see right here with the gate details, the gate markings, the pushback tugs, the marshallers, the cones, all of it. A great LAX sign there. Just awesome to see all the various cars and details on the bus roads down there and all of it. Just really truly state of the art in so many various ways. There's a look at T-Bit going back the other way. There's the LAX signs once again. You've got merge and just all the small intricate details. Really cool. There's all the Southwest Canyon Blue aircraft, and I do see that Max sneaking in there. I don't see that. All good, of course, just messing. But yeah, really cool to see, you know, the pieces of the puzzle put together and the jet bridges. Man, and there's another perspective with the road and so forth in the back, and then again A380s over here. Really cool to see the jet bridges and the various pieces put together. The amount of model assets too that goes into this is truly incredible to think about as well. So very cool. And here's the website as well. We'll definitely be looking more through this in the process, but this isn't his first project. He's worked on many before, and as you can tell, they are also phenomenal and really cool with the jet bridges and so forth, and they look really nice. So here's just a nice look. There's the Heathrow display a little bit more in detail right there. Very nice. There's LAX lit up right there. Very good detail, and there he is right there, putting it all together. So I'm very excited to cover the videos and so forth. Really cool shot right there. Just so crazy. Look at all that GSC and the organization. It looks like you may have even glued it, which I can't blame him. So People Express doors and so forth. So I really hope all of you are excited for the upcoming videos on these displays. It's going to be really cool to dive into the little details of it all, and I think it's going to be an absolute blast. So really hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.